Heading onto the field first will be our band, followed by our cheer, and then on to our football players. For our band, Kylie Baptista, escorted by Lucia and Wilkins Lorena. Megan Crean, escorted by Eileen and Kevin. Quinn Daly, escorted by Lisa and Mitchell. Thatcher Fisher, escorted by Elisa and Dawn.
Thank you, sir.
Tej Hamlet, escorted by Jill Sheridan and Todd Hamlet. Kayla Nesbitt, escorted by Caitlin and Keith. Benjamin Smith, escorted by Judy, Bo, and Sage. Ethan Spriggs, escorted by Michelle and Ralph. And Derek Stormont, escorted by Doreen and Peter. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for the graduating class of 2025 BR Marching Band. Now we'll be announcing our 2024-25 cheerleading team. Leading the way, Captain Brianna Brown, escorted by Des and Rupert and family. Captain Gabriella Tamara, led by Aaron, Joe, and family.
What? Just stop him. Why are you going to get anything? You still hurt? All right. I'm going to call you when I leave, in case you need it.
Isabella Phillips,
All right.
led by Brandy Jason Leoncello. Sophia Sarantopoulos, led by Annette, Peter, and family. Mia Whitkus, led by Megan and Neil and family. Hannah Human, escorted by her father Emmett. Taylor Curtis, escorted by Gina, Jordan, and family. Amanda Lally, led by Michelle and Chris. Grace LaRose, led by Kate, Keith, and family. Sophia Zine, led by Michelle and Jason.
Trying to sneak a call. Period. At the football game, getting ready to broadcast it. Period. If I don't answer, it's because I'm on TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the 2025 graduating class senior cheerleading squad. Ladies and gentlemen, now get ready for your 2025 graduating class BR Trojan football team. Number 5, Mason Payton, escorted by Michelle, Jason, and family. Number 15, Jason Kelleher, escorted by Lori, Brian, and family. Number 23, Charlie Chuck Swenson, escorted by Michael, Derek, and siblings. Number 28, Troy Naganga, escorted by Alice and family.
Hey, you at the game?
I'm about to leave to go up to it, yeah.
All right.
Number 30, Gavin Bastoni, escorted by Megan and family.
What'd you say?
So I'm in the press box calling the game on TV.
Really?
I've been doing it for a while. Yeah, Jason! All right, I love you. I just know if you were here.
Okay, love you.
Number 42, Drew Bolin, escorted by Shannon, Ken, and family. Number 52, Vincent Vinny Tavares, escorted by PJ, Alex, and family. Number 53, Guy Val, escorted by Madeline, France, and family. Number 58, Ben Kalman, escorted by Allison, Tom, and family. Number 59, Aiden Natsis, escorted by Linda and family. Number 64, Elif Khan, escorted by Ghazala Fazal and family. Number 65, Caden Seagar, escorted by Caitlin. Number 72, Deshaun Jenkins, escorted by Candace, Domingo, and family. Number 77, Matthew Chooch Holton, escorted by Lori, Tom, and family. Number 80, Malik Campbell, escorted by Jessica, Jason, and family. And ladies and gentlemen, our last two. Number 2, Captain Owen King, escorted by Christine, Adam, and family. And number 6, Captain Caleb Tripp, escorted by Liz, Matt, and family. Ladies and gentlemen, let's show our appreciation for all our 2025 Bridgewater Trojan seniors. At this time, I'd ask that everyone please rise, if possible, in a moment of silence in recognition of the life taken too soon of a family member of our BR Trojan family. George Levi Naguna the cousin of BR Trojan Troy, suddenly and unexpectedly passed away while playing in a basketball game a few weeks ago. He will forever be remembered by his family, friends, and community for his abundant joy and passion in everything he did. The Trojan family extends our heartfelt condolences to all those impacted by the loss. We are BR. Thank you. Please remain standing as our BR Trojan band plays the national anthem.
Welcome to Bridgewater Rainham Regional High School tonight as the BR Trojans host Shrewsbury in senior night for the BR Trojans. John Luck along with Dominic Damiano. I was down on the field and there were a lot of happy families there, but for the players tonight, definitely a difficult situation here because you have the senior night emotions, but then you also have a big game coming up in terms of the football power ratings in the MIAA.
Absolutely. You know, we know that Shrewsbury's coming into this game 1-6. I saw a lot of their film, a lot of it today. They're a very talented, a very fast team. And what I mean is the way they run their RPOs, their run-pass option. And one thing for BR, it's almost like they're playing against themselves because it's basically the same spread offense that Coach Bain runs here at BR. So it's going to be interesting to see how this turns out. Like you mentioned about the power rankings, this is big for BR in the power rankings. Still waiting for the Weymouth results out of the Bay State. Winner of that will most likely win the Bay State. So it's going to be interesting to see how that turns out as well.
And in terms of the power rating for BR, that's the game they have to watch because as of this recording right now, that Weymouth-Wellesley game is in the second half. And you're looking at the ratings right now on the screen. BR is a few tenths of a points behind Wellesley. So this game along with that game will certainly decide 7-8. For BR, they know they're in the playoffs. So from a coaching standpoint here, you did have a little bit of a coaching background. If you're BR, you're looking at the other side saying, okay, it's senior night, Shrewsbury's 1-6. If you're Ian Bain, do you have to try and remind these players that this is still a hungry football team?
Absolutely, absolutely. That's why you play the game between the lines, north to south. You cannot take a 1-6 team in this state lightly.
So for the BR Trojans, as we talked about last week when I was in the booth with Corey, they lost their first 3 games of the season, but a lot has been made about this 4-game winning streak the Trojans have been on. Outscoring the opposition over the past 4 by a combined total of 153-50.
Wow.
So a point differential of 103, and a lot of that is thanks to the arm of Jack Lambert, who had a couple of 37-yard passes to go along with a 69-yard passing play. Part of a big-time game against Dartmouth that clinched the Trojans the SEC championship. As you see, Jason Kelleher, one of the Many seniors on this team getting set to kick it away, and as I said, I was on the field, and it's kind of windy down there.
I bet.
Stop by Ray Tables and buy a ticket and enter a raffle. One ticket $5, 3 tickets for $10.
On senior night, we're off and running as this one takes the bounce into the hands of number 5, Ryan Iagalo. And Iagalo bounces off a defender at the 25, gets wrapped up and pulled down at the 21-yard line, led by another senior on the roster. Or excuse me, that's going to be Logan Tripp, number 33, a sophomore.
Great play by the sophomore as he was able to pick up that senior. And again, Iagalo, he is one of their main backs in this spread offense that they run here at Shrewsbury. Like we talked about a little bit, it's almost going to be like the same offense that you see Coach Bain runs here at BR, so here we go.
Got number 12, Ethan Lepore in the back in the shotgun. And the keeper for the first offensive play rolls out, and that is going to be dropped. Intended for number 6, Ryan Ketty.
You know what, John, I know I was joking around a little bit, and I was talking to the offensive coordinator, Ryan Magora, over there at Shrewsbury. We talked a little bit about the Algonquin game, and that's what Algonquin did to them when they came down from 3 scores on October 5th. BI has to be cautious about that. We just saw how this quarterback can scramble.
And you mentioned that Algonquin game. That was, I believe, a 21-point game with less than 5 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Vincent Gauthier lining up on the near side, checking his spot with a referee. Will Tonelli was the motion man. And a handoff straight through the middle, but being met there by a number of different Trojans. Going absolutely nowhere is number 41 for Shrewsbury, J.J. Montague.
Yeah, the big sophomore, Ryan talked about that. He'll switch off on a Gallinelli, in the backfield out of that spread.
Coming up on the 11-minute mark here, 3rd and 10 for Shrewsbury. Getting rushed, completes the pass to the far side to Tonelli. And once again, the BR Trojans meeting a ball carrier right around the line of scrimmage as Tonelli goes absolutely nowhere to bring up a 4th and long.
You saw, I want to make sure I'm pronouncing Ethan's last name, Lepore, the quarterback.
Yep.
Did you see his body when he looked to his left and was praying that the backup out in the opposite flat was right there? All he saw was red.
So Shrewsbury goes 3 and out in a drive that only lasts about a minute and a half. Certainly something you don't want to see if you're a 1-6 football team. They will punt this away.
Beautiful kick. And Bia's going to get great field position, John.
Roped in by Ryan Ketty.
Punt down by the Colonials. BR will have 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line.
So here comes Jack Lambert's BR Trojans offense here. Lambert last week 18 of 22, 245 yards, and those 3 passing touchdowns I alluded to earlier. And Caleb Tripp, one of the seniors, had 22 carries, 138 yards, and a touchdown as well.
Only. Right. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. Excuse me.
When you think about the BR rushing game, I mean, that goes back to the mid-90s with the Dan Buron offense. Lambert leading off in the shotgun. Rush by Tripp, who will get the first down right around midfield into Shrewsbury territory.
Did you see him read that block and just use his God-given speed when he went off that tackle? I mean, that was basically a sweep out of that shotgun formation. They're in that spread formation, excuse me. That was very impressive, the way he turned on that second gear to take that corner.
when it comes to the protection of Lambert as well as Tripp in the backfield, this offensive line has done a great job over the past few games, making sure both have a clear look down the field. So a new set of downs from the 48. Lambert, that pass too tall, as that was intended for Dylan Reed. I mentioned the 69-yard play last week. That was actually to Reed, who took off down the field.
Quick slant, he catches that. You're looking at 6. Real early in that game. Real early in this game, excuse me. Oh my, that was not well played.
Caden Blake lining up on the near side, number 0, along with Dylan Reed, the intended receiver on the last play. Stick with a rushing game, and Tripp will make his way to the 46, so about a 2-yard gain to bring up a 3rd and about 8 with 9:50 to go here in the first.
That was just a little trap in the middle that the Colonials just clogged it up. I mean, they're big guys right there. If you look at the size of these guys over there, not to sound fresh, but Jose Costello, the senior, big number 66, number 55 for them, Gibbons, Darius Gibbons, another senior. Those are some big boys clogging up that middle between the tackles.
BR last week 6 for 9 on 3rd down. Lambert feels the pressure. That one goes in and out of the hands of number 41, Montague.
Never had balance, John. He never had the right balance to step into that. Great pressure by the Colonials. They knew they had to bring it. Otherwise, that would be another easy 6. He was underthrown.
So a couple of quick drives here, and if you're Ian Bain, when it comes to the play calling in a game like this where you know you are in the playoffs, Shrewsbury, just playing to try and get some sort of momentum going into the consolation round, does that affect the playbook for the BR Trojans?
No, you got to stay with the same playbook that won you 4 games in a row. You can't change that up. You can use a different option and check off a play, and what I mean by that, you can, like, let's say John Luck's running the ball. Well, guess what? We'll look the other way. We'll trade a quick slant if possible. I hope that made sense, you know what I mean, as far as reading. He's obviously, Lambert's obviously reading what they're giving him. And one thing to his credit, if you look at the last 4 games, he has that option to check off if he wants to. And what I mean by that, and again, of course, I was using a silly analogy as you, as a running back.
Doing athletics, that is very fun.
Or me, for that case, being a wideout. But the thing is, he has that option. In that one formation, there are probably 3 to 4 different options he can go off. They could probably counter inside if they wanted to.
You see number 12, Ethan Lepore, leading his team back out to the field after a quick 3 and out. High snap, and once again straight through the middle. I believe that is going to be Montague again for a very small gain, if anything, maybe 2nd and 9.
Well, I'll tell you right now, if you think you're going to get by number 72, Darshawn Jenkins, the senior, you better bring another forklift with you, because that kid is not letting anyone go. That kid is a beast, and what I mean is he is everything is what you look at. He is a man playing amongst kids.
Well, he's also a threat in the secondary, as we found out last week, as he had an interception against Jackson Hart that sealed the Dartmouth Indians' fate. Definitely one of the best celebrations I've seen all year as he came to the sideline and the entire team mobbed him.
Good for him. Good for that young man.
Montague in the backfield along with Lepore on a 2nd and 9. Lepore drops back, and that's going to be too tall, intended for Ketty. But there in the secondary is number 3, Josh Alexander, who has definitely battened down the hatches over the past few games back in the backfield.
So now they're going to go to the dime, John. They're taking out Jenkins, and they're bringing in, of course, the BR defense. They're bringing in Mason Payton, the other receiver / back. So this is their dime look. And now they actually, and the other gentleman, C.J. Lopes, he's now on the defensive line. So that's a lot of speed you have there for the BR Trojans defensively.
Trojans last week allowed Dartmouth just 4 of 11 on third down. Right now a 3rd and 9, 8:08 remaining here in the first quarter. Lepore gets rushed. Lepore tripped up, and Lepore goes down as the ball comes out just outside the goal line, picked up. And really, Shrewsbury just looking for any sort of positive yards. Gets spotted down at the 11, but definitely just a disaster of a 3rd down play.
He did not want the safety, that's for sure. That was just desperation. Oh, boy. Unfortunately, that's how kids get hurt as well. I mean, you're trying to make something out of absolutely nothing, unfortunately. And that's what we just saw right then and there. Loss of about 8 yards on that one.
So now the Colonials will kick from their own end zone. Nearly knocked down by number 9, Drew Sylvia. Kelleher comes up, and the Trojans will have some good field position. Kelleher to the 30, Kelleher 20, but this one may come back as a flag comes out. Jason Kelleher gets into the end zone with 7:04, but we're going to have to check the flag as it came out right around the time he crossed the 20-yard line. And the Trojans faithful not agreeing with the gentleman in stripes.
Nope, especially the gentleman with the white hat. Yeah, that's all it was, a good old-fashioned hold at the 20. Trying too hard to hold that block. He held the block, but in the wrong way. He was pulling the Colonial gentleman in the wrong direction, trying to pull him away from the play. You could see it from here.
Trojans will take over the ball, 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line.
It's so good to see the Trojan offense after so many years really gelling. You know, you've seen them just come flat, and these guys just, and there's a deep play.
Lambert, end zone for Blake, reaches up, has it knocked away at the last second. The quarterback playing secondary for Shrewsbury.
Wow.
Ethan Lepore, and telling the Trojans faithful to talk that talk.
Yeah.
No touchdown yet.
Go Red Nation. He was waving to him.
I will say, going back to the first game I called with Corey Cloudman, we were talking about Jack Lambert. If he could convert on a couple of those long passes, he'd definitely be a threat on offense. Then last week, we see him lighting up the Indians defense for nearly 500 total yards of offense with the BR Trojans. Here's Tripp on the near side. We'll get across the 30.
He obviously saw something I didn't. I would have went to the wider side of the field and the other side of the hash marks to use his God-given speed. But that's just a coach in me.
So
after a 3-yard pickup for Tripp, Trojans picking up the pace here on a 3rd and 7, 6:52 remaining here in the opening quarter as we see Lambert looking over to the sidelines, Ian Bain for some last-second audibles.
Yep, now the Colonials are reacting to that change.
Lambert, short drop back, tipped up, and incomplete.
pass deflected at the line.
You got to go for it here. I mean, you're at the 29-yard line. I mean, this is basically like a kickoff, if you will. Like you're here, you might as well just go for it. Unless BR has a good 45-yard kick, point after kicker that can hit it.
Yeah, we saw last week. Not many teams have a good kicker.
Right. Oh, I can imagine.
Tripp in the backfield. Read the motion man, goes to the far side of your screen. Blake alone on the near side. Here on a 4th and 7, 6:47 to go. Lambert down the field. That is going to be caught in the midfield.
Nice.
And taken down. Finn Kelly. Huge reception into the red zone.
He got his defender to thinking he was going wide. Now they're going to go no huddle.
First and 10 from the 12.
Quick handoff to Tripp. Off tackle, far side. Tripp, touchdown on senior night.
Didn't I tell you they should have used the wide side of the field? It's the same play, but you went on the wide side instead of the short side 2 plays ago.
Last week, Caleb Tripp, 138 yards already, trying to match that as he takes it 12 yards to the house. And we see Drew Bolin coming on for the PAT with 6:26 to go. The BR Trojans will have a 7-0 lead.
Yeah, the kid, he must have saw some weird shirts. He never followed through, but just a little snub kick there, whatever you want to call it. He's able to get it through. I mean, he barely hit that ball from the placehold. He barely got a hold of it.
So far in the first quarter, 3 carries for 30 yards for Caleb Tripp. Continuing on the long legacy of the running game here at the Regional, going back to the Super Bowl days between BR and Brockton. Caleb Tripp on senior night gets the scoring started. And Dom, you've been here since, you've covered high school sports since the Buron days here at BR. So we have seen the game change here at the Regional, but this is a whole new football team, obviously with a new head coach, but just from an offensive standpoint, really, this is nothing we have seen here at the Regional in a long time.
Absolutely. If you think about the way Coach Bain is using his athletes, this is the way a team's supposed to be coached. This is how you're supposed to use these guys. Of course, wins help. You know, that builds your confidence. But when you use the God-given ability, put these kids in the right spot, these are the results you see.
Lepore back out for the third offensive drive and gets things started with a running game straight through the middle. That's number 5, Ryan Iagello.
Number 5, Ryan Iagello.
We talked about him in the pregame a little bit. Well, we talked about, off air, how dangerous he. That's the first look, and he already takes off for 8 yards. I mean, they're obviously spying him. And what I mean by that, there's somebody that's, once they're in that formation, he's in the backfield, one of the linebackers has one job. Where he goes, you go. Just make sure you shred that block initially and don't let him get to the second level. Unfortunately, he did.
So a pickup of 8 for Iagello as we go inside 6 minutes to go. And Iagello will get met by C.J. Lopes at the line of scrimmage.
There's your spy. There you go. Did his job.
Colonials take it up, stopped right at the line of scrimmage by number 11, C.J. Lopes.
Well, that answered that question.
Shrewsbury looking to avoid their third 3 and out to open things up. And we're only just under 7 minutes into the game, or excuse me, 6 minutes into the game. No, 7 minutes, 12-minute quarters, right?
Yep.
I talked myself out of the right answer.
That's okay. I've heard you do it for the last 20 years. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. I say that loud. Let's see what they do here, John. Again, same formation, but see how they brought in the splits even closer.
Ketty, the motion man, and Ketty gets the carry, and he'll be pushed out. Depending on the spot, this may be very close to the first down, as the stick was obviously knocked down with a running back coming at the guy.
Let's see if they're going to give it to him.
They will.
Yep, they'll give it to him.
Colonials first and 10 from the 31.
I believe that's their first down of the game.
That is definitely the case, and if you're Shrewsbury right now, you're at the very least you give your defense a little bit bigger of a break here in terms of just time on the sidelines, catching their breath.
Let's see if they spread out the wideouts to do, John. John, they got a wide and a split to the far away from us. Before they ran that tight, I don't think they should have ran it like that. They should have came in more on that sweep, that last play.
Owen King getting set to rush the line, and Montague will get tackled just beyond the line of scrimmage.
Yep, number 57 on the stop for initially
Cody Baker.
Yeah, along with the big guy I talked about, Mr. Dashawn Jenkins. He was there to help out as well. That was I believe that was their spread look on a counter. You look one way and see if people will bite on the guy in motion, and then you just counter it inside.
Getting set to hit the 4-minute mark here in the first. Trojans on top 7-0 after a Caleb Tripp 12-yard rushing touchdown. Colonials looking to match it here on this drive. Lepore gets rushed, and he gets taken down by Cody Baker.
Baker, there you go. 2 tackles in a row right there. That kid was coming. That was a good old-fashioned stunt.
Number 57.
One thing these teams, once we start the playoffs, is if you don't respect the speed, now they're going to go back to the dime, which means, I believe 9's already in. Oh, they got him out. They took him out. Okay, so they took out Jenkins, Deshaun Jenkins, number 72, going back to the dime look. But if you look at the front 4 of BR, right, even if they go to a 4-3 or a 3-4, you got to respect their speed between the gaps, and that's what we just witnessed with number 57, Mr. Kelleher, I believe.
Baker and Lopes in the middle of that defensive line on a 3rd and 17. Rushed, hit on the throw downfield. That is going to be tipped up, and that was caught. What a grab by Ryan Ketty.
The captain. He had 3 guys. That is not what you want to look at on film day on Monday. He just wanted it more than the other 3 BR defenders, and he made a great play. One thing we got to look at too, John, with the speed of the BR Trojans, we talked about the front 4, not to touch on that again, but watch how the Colonials, their front 5, they shorten their splits to make up for the speed of the Trojans. They have no choice.
The second completed pass here for quarterback Ethan Lepore, and this one's a 25-yard gain approaching BR territory. Lepore again getting rushed, hit after he threw it. That is going to be complete into the BR field to number 5, Ryan Iagello.
Good old-fashioned screen. That's all that was. You know what it was? BR did read that pretty good. But like you said, when Iagello caught the ball, there was just too much speed. He just ran out the linebackers on BR and was able to pick up a lot of that lost yardage.
Ethan Lepore, a senior, has certainly been feeling the pressure tonight from the BR defensive line. Even if the pass is complete for 25 yards, he still will get hit by Cody Baker. Have to imagine those hits will start to rack up.
Oh, boy.
Straight through the middle for Iagello for about a 2-yard pickup. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and short here, and really a wide open playbook for the Colonials offense.
I believe that was Nick Rotundo, number 10, I believe. The sophomore, I believe he was initially on that stop. Good job by that defensive end. He came from back pursuing to make that play.
Deshaun Jenkins back into the game along with Cody Baker, Lopes on the defensive line, as well as number 10, Nick Rotundo, who Don just pointed out there on the stop.
They got the sophomore back in there, John, in the backfield for the Colonials out of the spread offense.
And off to Montague, gets into that second level of BR defense inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
They just isolated that right tackle. They took that outside linebacker, that left outside linebacker, probably most likely the Sam. ISO'd him out as well, second level, and he just took off. He's a good little runner they have over there in Shrewsbury, number, I believe it was 41, correct?
Number 41, J.J. Montague. And that will take us to the end of the first quarter, but not before Caleb Tripp gets the scoring started on senior night. One of the many seniors opening up the score here on a Friday night at the regional.
Getting close to the first pitch here at Fenway Park, but no sign of Wally the Green Monster.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Wally.
You've messed up your son's haircut.
Mom?
Do you A, try to fix it,
Like it never happened.
B, work with what you got, or C, show solidarity?
Thank you, baby.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
It was a slow start for the Colonials, who enter this game at 1-6, but right now they're on a drive that's lasted into the second quarter, a 6.5-minute drive. Senior quarterback Ethan Lepore has led his team down the field to the 28-yard line.
Tough kid.
In the backfield, J.J. Montague. And some 3 yards as Jenkins was getting set to blitz through that line.
If you just think about the duress Lepore was under for the Colonials, that's one tough kid. Then again, the conference he plays in, the Merrimack, that's not too shabby in its own right, you know?
I have to imagine how difficult it is for a defensive lineman to just try and time out the snap.
Right.
Because obviously if you wait too long, the play's going to take off without you. And as we saw with Jenkins, if you jump the gun, yellow flags will fly all over the field.
Deshaun's going to make it up right now. Watch. He's going to make a big impact.
Motion to the far side, gets the first down, and then some is Ryan Ketty. So a new set of downs here as Shrewsbury continuing to push the pace.
Again, there's their big sweep play out of that spread offense, John. They smartly use the wider side of the field, and the running back does the rest, using his God-given speed, following his blockers. And just like that, 1st and 10 on the BR 6-yard line. 16-yard line.
Number 6, Ryan Ketty, 35 all-purpose yards on this drive, as you may be able to see the wind going against Shrewsbury here. With 11:10 to go here in the first half. New running back in the game, and C.J. Lopes will welcome him in. That is number 7, who, of course, I don't have on the roster.
That was 17, Johnny.
17.
Yep.
Quickly at the line of scrimmage by number 11, C.J. Lopes.
C.J. Lopes. So you know what that reminds? You know what that? I think they had to focus more on Jenkins, and Lopes being quicker anyway. He just took advantage of that double team on Jenkins. That's why Jenkins wasn't able to really help out as much. That was more, they were trying to set up a trap, and Lopes blew that wide open.
The 12th play of this drive coming up for Shrewsbury.
Well, it looks like they're doing a screen.
Rushed in. That is going to be complete to Montague. And Montague sidesteps a defender. And he's going to be stopped just outside of the goal line.
Again, another screen. And BR kind of bid on it. Actually, he was really downfield for that screen. I'm surprised that BR didn't see that sooner. But, again, the quickness, and we talked about the athleticism of this Shrewsbury team, the way they just ran that spread, caught BR off balance, and now they're at the 1. 1st and goal at the 1.
Let's go, BR fans.
This drive has lasted about 9 minutes as we get set for the 13th play with the ball just against the goal line.
Oh, he's definitely keeping it. He's going to keep that all the way. Going to follow the center, I bet.
Ethan Lepore is about to put his body on the line here. Touchdown. Ethan Lepore caps off a 13-play drive to brings Shrewsbury to within a point.
Can this broadcast team call it or what?
Domstradamus, I think.
Yeah. Domster something.
Had to be really careful how I said that. Nice
Yeah,
and slow.
true. Thank God. You're going to ruin our ratings.
4 deep every Saturday. Coming on for the PAT is going to be number 59.
Andrew Stum. And he's good.
Tied game.
So from what I could see so far in this quarter and a half, if you will, is that BR has to pay attention and respect the athleticism, say it 3 times fast, of Shrewsbury. Then we got burnt by 2 basic screenplays that they blew up. Blew up and almost scored on one with the big sophomore.
Table for substance-free athletics. Find out more information.
Otherwise, between the tackles, I mean, they've had a couple big plays. I think the longest one was for 8 yards in this first half so far with Iagello, if you remember, off that RPO. Otherwise, BR has been really their front 4 out of that 4-3 they play has really controlled the line of scrimmage defensively.
Again, entering this game, the BR Trojans looking to host a first-round game coming up next week, and with a little bit of help from Weymouth maybe beating Wellesley, they could move up to the 7th seed. Not expected to move any lower than the 8th seed. That ball is dropped momentarily, but picked up, and going across the 30 is number 5, Mason Payton.
He fumbled that ball at his own 17 and still made 10 yards.
Brings it up past the 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 32.
Yeah, it's good to see BR football back where they belong, being very competitive.
BR looking to get their longest winning streak since 2017. That was back when they won 7 in a row, on their way to a 10-win season. Caleb Tripp on the opening drive will get wrapped up and pulled down by number 55 for the Colonials, Darius Gibbons.
One thing Shrewsbury has to do if they want to stay in this game, if they don't try to do something with Matthew Holt, the left tackle, number 77, that kid is a beast. Now he's on the right side. So he was they pulled him on that. They had to pull him on that one.
3 receivers to the far side. Blake on the near side. Lambert completes a pass to Reed. Across the 35 to the 41. Dylan Reed brings up a 3rd and 2.
Screen pass out to number 4, Dylan Reed. 3rd down, 3rd and 2.
Hurry up offense here. Tripp near side.
Nice play.
Into Shrewsbury territory. Pushed out by Lepore.
He looked like a college kid the way he took the corner and stiff-armed and threw a shoulder into that first defender for that first down run. Nice job. Very athletic offensive line for Bridgewater Raynham, especially like I mentioned, number 77, Matthew. What a great player. Great offensive lineman.
Unofficially 5 carries, 44 yards for Tripp. Going to add on to that total here on first down across the 45 to the 44.
Pitch to Tripp. Brings it up into the 44-yard line.
The one thing I'm noticing with Tripp, and this goes back to last year as well, but just the way he's able to kind of take that half a second to see where he can go and what holes his offensive line's opening up.
Absolutely. He's watching off the center. How many guys are to the right, how many guys to the left, seeing what his option is. And just like that, he takes up for a first down. Everybody in the stadium knew he was thinking about throwing. He saw there was nothing there, and he just blew that wide open.
We were talking to Ian Bain before the game. He said Lambert's not really a runner, but he just picked up 9 yards and got a new set of downs here for the BR Trojans.
Yeah, Coach Bain owes him a Dairy Queen for saying that.
More Friendlies, that's a little
Friendlies,
closer.
yeah, Friendlies.
And more seasonal.
Friendlies is closed, though. Oh, no, it's up the road. That's right. I'm thinking of the one downtown that's been closed for like 15 years.
Here's Lambert. Launch.
Oh, he got him.
Blake.
Yes.
Got it. Oh, out at the last second. Caden Blake almost blew the proverbial roof off the place here at the regional.
Jeepers, Crow. Oh, my God. He knew he had it. He just judged it too fast. It's one of those deals, John. He's running before he caught the football. Plain and simple.
You could almost feel all the air out of the press box at the same time.
Oh, boy.
Wall to wall, we had the same reaction.
Right. Again, got to catch the ball before you can dance.
6:48 to go here in the first half, 2nd and 10.
Oh, they're bringing it. They're bringing it. Oh, they're bringing that. No, they're going back into coverage.
Tripp through the middle, and Tripp will take off.
I get a hold.
But this is going to come back.
The hold's coming back.
The second time BR has found the end zone, but all for naught.
See his reaction. You can't blame him. He's a little upset, but he knows his lineman didn't mean to do it.
Holding on the offense.
You know, when you look at the video, you'll see the linebackers at the second level. I want to say I'm not going to say who the infraction was on because it's not fair to the kid trying. But anyway, the point is that second level block, it's so hard because the linebackers are a lot quicker than the defensive linemen, so you think you have him, then he takes a spin. Next you know, you get a handful of jerseys.
So you think about how many times BR on this drive has gotten into the end zone. You had the Blake pass that was dropped at the very last second as he fell to the ground in the end zone. And now that holding call that has knocked BR back to the 40 for a 2nd and 15. Lambert tripped up.
They can't throw the flag there.
Nothing going there as he was looking for number 5, Mason Payton, who had his feet tangled up with Caleb Gomes.
Yep, that's all it was. And the ball was really out of his reach.
Passing done by to number 5, Mason Payton.
John, I don't think he was going to catch that ball anyway. He looked like he was a good step behind it.
So now for a quick coaching opinion here, I mean, it looks like 4-down territory, but at the very least, are you just looking more for field position to try and possibly push Shrewsbury back a little bit further?
Absolutely. That's what I would be doing.
Tripp back with his quarterback. 6:34 left to go here in the first half. Lambert for Blake, just a little short.
That's 4th time he did that.
Incomplete 4th down.
2 too long. No, 3 long. One could have been a touchdown. No, the touchdown should have been caught. But unfortunately, the young man, again, thinking about making a play before he had the ball. And then 3 overthrown and 1 underthrown. So far, I mean.
All proceeds go to the sports at Bridgewater Raymond High School.
Number 88, Finn Kelly, who hit a PAT earlier on a Caleb Tripp touchdown run, will punt it away. Number 10, Lucas Oliveira, awaiting this kick, as that one will bounce into the end zone for a touchback.
Booming punt by number 88, Kelly. Heads into the end zone now.
All right, let's see what they do here. I mean, we saw 2 great screens, John, from the Colonials. They can run that screen really well. And the way they run it, it's not just a middle screen. It's either weak side screen or a strong side screen, whatever they call on the line. And then they run that counter with Iagallo. But I'm pretty sure that we saw it before how BR is spying on him because they've already shortened their splits looking at Jenkins and Lopes, just to name a couple guys. Like this is BR's 3-4 look. And they put their speedsters on the outside because they're not going to let them get to the outside anymore because we saw the speed of the Colonials. They can get to the outside really fast.
Buddy the motion man, but a handoff and into the second level of the defense is number 11, I believe. And getting the first down. Or that might have actually been Montague with the carry.
First down, Colonials.
So they gave it to the sophomore again.
He's running 40. He's flag behind there. I got all three of them. I'm pulling them off the fence. They're climbing the fence. They're climbing the fence.
They got to be able to isolate. They got to be able to box in that outside sweep.
Shrewsbury had a 9-minute drive, and with that math, they could close out the first half as we hit the 5.5-minute mark here in the second quarter. BR will open up the second half on offense. Montague picks up a couple yards.
They're basically running the same play, except they're not using Aiello anymore. They're using Montague, where Aiello used to be, if that makes sense. Because if you look at the past games, Aiello is that main back out of that spread.
6th carry here for Montague on this drive.
One thing about the Colonials, they can definitely control the clock. Like you said, 9 minutes on that one drive.
Almost feels like a Patriots type of offense. A lot of rushing plays, a couple passes here and there, but controlling the clock is the name of the game.
Yep.
A 2nd and 8.
And he used his arm right there in the flats.
Downfield. That is going to be caught by Ketty.
Pass incomplete. Good
Incomplete.
by the Trojans.
For a minute, yeah, from our side, it looked like he might have caught that ball. The Trojans are just out of rhythm right now. I mean, Colonials definitely did their homework on the Bridgewater Raynham defense and the offense. Both sides of the ball. Hats off to Shrewsbury. BR just has to, they can't keep the defense on the field for 9 minutes. No matter if it's college, pro, you know what I mean?
And get a timeout called by Shrewsbury with 4:34 to go here in the first half.
Fans, don't forget the class of 2028 is hosting a 50-50 raffle at tonight's game.
Great turnout here by the BR faithful on senior night. A beautiful night here for the start of November. It feels like Labor Day weekend.
It does. It really does.
Presentation by the cheerleading and band teams. Also, stick around at halftime as we have an important announcement from the SFA.
Coming up at halftime, we'll have the performance by the BR marching band and the BR cheerleaders as well.
Hello.
Once again, entering this game, BR was a couple tenths of a point behind Wellesley for that 7 spot.
And people following 4 Deep Sports Talk, they'll see that the Trojans are ranked 10th in the southeastern part of our state.
So the game actually has gone final that we've really had a focal point on, and Wellesley blows out the Wildcats 35-13.
Wow.
So it looks like as of this point, BR will cement themselves as the 8th seed. And another early jump, and you could see everyone's hands on their heads as number 9, Drew Sylvia, mistimed the snap.
Guess who was coming in for the blitz on that one? Johnny was going C-gap, weak side on that offensive line all day.
Third down, folks.
He was just trying to time it.
Last week we saw Owen King do a great job trying to do something like that, but timing it out perfectly so it gave BR that extra man on the front. But unfortunately here we've seen them try and use a couple different players here, maybe try and work out some kinks ahead of the playoffs.
There's that screen again.
That is complete for the first down and a lot more into BR territory. Vinny Gauthier moves the chains for the Colonials and keeps that clock winding down.
And I take that back. That was not a screen. What it was is Gauthier was the slot towards us, and he just cut across the side, cut across the field, and he just lobbed it over to him.
If you're Ian Bain, you're going to go back to that false start that gave them the extra 5 yards, but also BR's had a difficult time, like you said, kind of feeling out those screen passes.
Well, they gave it to the big sophomore again.
Right through the middle, that's Montague.
I mean, I know they don't want to do it. They're used to playing the 4-3 the way they do. And sometimes when they go to the dime, they'll go back. Like right now they're in the dime, so they're going to go to the 3-4 on the defensive side. But they really need, one of those linebackers has to be committed between the tackles, between the guards, because that's what's killing them. It's easy when you're going 5 against 3. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense, but.
This game started out difficult for Shrewsbury, only getting 1 yard on the first drive and minus 9 yards on the second drive. They've had 9-minute drive that ended with a touchdown, and they're looking to do the same here as, once again, that's Montague picking up a few yards.
Ryan Magora, the offensive coordinator, the gentleman I had a pleasure of speaking with today, he talks highly about the big sophomore Montague. We've seen the kid's a beast. He really is very talented. And there's Gunther coming up towards us, John, on this side. Watch out for him. Vinny Gunther, the gentleman who caught that. Notice, John, they're bringing in the slots and everyone in trips towards us, closer to the line, closer to the lineman.
Gauthier has had a 15-yard reception, but they stick with a running game. And they'll pick up about a yard or so with a carry by Iagalo.
Trojans defense in the backfield quickly. Number 26, Braden Lewis. 4th down.
As Braden Lewis will get credited with the stop.
So now they're going to go back to their nickel as Deshaun Jenkins checks in. That gives a breather for one of the other down linemen. So now they're going to go 4-3 here on 4th down.
Clock ticking down to the 2-minute mark here, so perhaps a house money situation for Shrewsbury with the ball at the BR40 and a 4th and 4 upcoming.
Oh, correction, John. They're going 5-2, 5 defensive linemen.
And get a timeout called by Shrewsbury.
You know what that was about? That was about looking and saying, yikes, there's 5 guys down here now. They were playing us before with a 3-4 and a 4-3.
Well, it could be either that or the fact that you've also gotten 2 false starts on the BR Trojans defense, so maybe get those 5 extra yards, which would have gotten you the new set of downs, as we saw Laporte drop back for the pooch punt.
Yep.
But with 1:49 to go, Shrewsbury will have 1 timeout left, and Ian Bain will have 3. So if this is a punt, with the ball at the 40 and the wind, you could be talking about maybe BR starting from inside their own 20. We did see last week BR getting set for a punt on a 4th and 15, a botched snap, and it turned into a 4th down conversion by the Indians. Maybe something Ian Bain's reminding his players here on this upcoming 4th down.
I can see a quick screen again, or you give it to Montague, who we have yet to really contain. He's averaging about 3 yards a carry every time you see him grab the ball, at least 3. And there he is in the backfield again, John, right to the left.
Montague in the backfield, Ketty on the far side. Trojans have 4 on the line right now. Ketty the motion man. Awkward snap there for Laporte. Cuts the corner. 1st down to the 30. How about the wheels of the quarterback?
Wow.
Ethan Laporte will not go down.
Number 12, Ethan Lepore.
I think it looked like, from what I saw, that the cornerbacks and that outside defensive end, Lopes, they were thinking pitch. They were because they had Montague with him, and he just probably, again, he took a shot at it and paid off. Big first down here at the BR23.
Clock continues to wind down on a drive that's lasted over 5 minutes. Lepore rolls to his left, looking to go for the end zone, intercepted with a flag coming out.
We could have a defense. We could have an offensive hold or an illegal man downfield, maybe.
Cameron Knutson came up with the ball.
Illegal man downfield.
Ball is on the Colonials. We're going to say that that's the time. First down, Trojans.
So BR will get the interception. But I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, because now they're going to have BR take the ball from
their own
2 or 3 yard line.
Yeah.
Actually, about the 1 yard line.
Right? Yeah, it's hard to tell from our angle.
So the ball will be spotted, it looks like, at the 3 from here.
Trojans first and 10 from the 3-yard line.
Yep, we called it right.
We got Domstradamus and Johnstradamus.
And Jeff the intern.
Jeff Fowler bringing you the pictures from on top of the press box. Sierra's trip on first down.
Ooh.
Just trying to give himself some clearance up to the 11.
Good old-fashioned trap call, John. That's what that was, a good old-fashioned trap between the guards, and his God-given speed got really close to a first down. They're going to get to this time off tackle.
Trip stopped for a short gain up to the 15. Clock will stop for the moment.
BR first down.
Down to 38 seconds to go. Trojans still have 3 timeouts, but at this point, not sure if Ian Bain's just going to go ahead and cut his losses and call it a half here. And what has certainly been a game that not a lot of people expected to be tied at the half.
Right.
As 4-3, Bridgewater Rainham is tied with a team that's 1-6 in Shrewsbury.
Yep, the Merrimack team. As their, they might just take this right into the half. And they're gonna.
So the BR Trojans are tied with the Shrewsbury Colonials at the half, 7 apiece here on senior night at the regional. We'll step aside for just a minute here on BTV. We have more coming up in the second half.
Welcome back, buddy. Okay, let's roll. Hey, you hear that? There's a truck back there. Hey, whoa, stop! Watch the paint. Oh, man. On your right. On your right.
Your car is talking. Are you listening? Find out more about new safety technologies at mycardoeswhat.org.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up, BR Cheer Team.
If you don't fix them, sparks from dragging tow chains could cause a wildfire, and that could be scary.
Nah, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the BR Marching Band and their presentation, Secret Agents MI24.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's put a ride home.
76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone.
Welcome back to the regional, a 7-7 game between the 4-3 BR Trojans and the 1-6 Shrewsbury Colonials. John Luck and Dominic Damiano back here with you. You may say 7-7, how did this happen? But when you look at the statistical breakdown, Shrewsbury had the ball for over 18 minutes in that first half, and BR had the ball for just under 6 minutes.
Yeah, you know, that's what you want to do. You want to be able to control the clock and, you know, put some points in. If they were, unfortunately, I mean, they're a young team over in Shrewsbury. If they with the caliber of a BR, and I really don't mean to sound like a politician when I say this, they could easily have been up. And actually, BR blew 2 opportunities in the first half. We're saying that out of love, not not hated discontent or whatever. It's exactly what happened. They had they could easily be up 21-7. But like you said, the Shrewsbury Colonials, they've had 18 minutes. You got to put up points in 18 minutes, John. You just can't put up 7.
So Shrewsbury, one of those drives was a drive that lasted over 9 minutes. That did end with a 1-yard touchdown, a touchdown QB sneak, if you will, by senior quarterback Ethan Lepore. But for the BR Trojans, you mentioned the missed opportunities. We go back to the last drive for the BR Trojans on offense. There was a holding call on a Caleb Tripp, what would have been a long touchdown run that was called back, obviously. Yep. And then the incomplete pass intended for Caden Blake.
Yep. And that easily could have been 21-0. And when you talked about the time, people that just tuning in, watching this broadcast, Shrewsbury, the Colonials had the ball, like you said, 18 minutes, and a lot of that was near the end of the first quarter, going into the second quarter. And again, you just can't put up. I mean, they did what they had to do. They tied the game, but at the same time, you have to put points. If you have the ball that long, you got to score.
And for the BR Trojans, Jack Lambert, compared to last week, very Jack Lambert-like numbers, and Caleb Tripp could be in there as well with 59 carries. But for Lambert, he's had a difficult time finding those receivers in stride.
You know, hats off to that secondary over at the Colonials. They definitely did their homework on the Trojans. We're seeing a lot of the young sophomore out of the spread.
J.J. Montague, 8 carries.
Yeah, 8 carries, 36 yards, and a big 16-yard run. And that's because BR is seeing Iga Gallo in those videos, in those past games. And with that being said, here is John Luck.
I get my own introduction.
That's right.
A lot of pressure, but you see the ball falling off the tee there. The wind is swirling.
Yes, it is.
Fun fact, there's actually a elevated fire risk coming up tomorrow, so if you're planning on doing your yard work, burning leaves, twigs, would not do that.
True. I'm glad I'm not number, was that number 8 going to hold the ball for?
So that's number 6, Ryan Ketty, one of the captains on this team. Diego Jacobo Ruiz kicking it away, and that goes over the head of Peyton. Mason Peyton across the 20, across the 25, and finally pushed out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
To see him, he did the same thing that last kickoff turn, Johnny. When they were going right to left here in that second quarter, he caught the ball at the 16 and took off for 10 yards. Same deal. He was backpedaling, cut the ball, and took off the ball. Maybe 12 yards, if that.
Ruiz did have the wind at his back, so perhaps Mother Nature helping out with the Colonials here on that opening kick for the second half. Jack Lambert back out along with Caleb Tripp in the backfield. Dylan Reed and Caden Blake on the near side. Tripp will open up the second half with a carry across the 30 to the 31.
Should have been stopped in the backfield, number 55. The down lineman there for Shrewsbury, Darius Gibson. We've mentioned him a couple times. He was shaking and baking on that.
Lambert with a quick drop back, completes the pass, going to be shy of the first down marker to Dylan Reed, but brings up a 3rd and about 3 for the BR Trojans.
But the good thing is, guess what? Nice pass, nice completion, nice hookup. That's all positive. They're just going to keep it going next time they want to throw the ball.
Tripp got wrapped up and pulled down. Very high arm tackle there by number 17, Tyler Bohanke.
Yep.
Stop by number 17.
There was nothing there. They tried to go off tackle to the left side, and the Colonials just sealed that up. There was nothing there. They boxed him right in. A face mask.
Yeah, that was very high. I didn't see the flag come out, so I don't know if there was deliberation that
Flag on the play for a face mask. They bring up 15 yards.
came in there, but nonetheless, easy well, for us it's easy, but hard 15-yard pickup for Caleb Tripp. So up to midfield. Lambert was stepping into the throw, wrapped up and pulled down across midfield. Looks like number 1, Will Tonelli, was leading the charge there.
Yeah, along with number 55. We just mentioned his name, Darius Gibbons, excuse me. Mentioned him a couple times tonight. Big number 50. He was on the back pursuit of that, helping out. And Lambert never got his wheels going. He never really got. He was just getting started.
So Lambert coming out of the game, but doesn't look like it's because of any sort of injuries, but instead it's going to be Owen King checking in for the BR Trojans. And we talked a lot about King's dedication to this team last week. As King takes off, and Owen King on senior night gets into the end zone. 49-yard rushing touchdown for one of the captains.
Absolutely beautiful. Followed his blocks. Great job, great blocking all the way around on that drive. Fresh set of legs, they get it done.
Mentioned last week there was a lot of question whether or not Owen King would put on a football jersey for the BR Trojans this season. Had a rushing touchdown against Durfee a few weeks ago, has a 49-yard rushing touchdown. As that PAT attempt, that's the first time I've ever seen that. It doinks off the front of the crossbar.
Colonial 7.
Yeah, well commentated. That's all it was. It did that.
But I feel like if you put a target up there on the crossbar right in the middle, that should be worth 2.
True. But the other thing is, if you watch the mechanics of the BR kicker, John, he's not following through. He gets to the placeholder and he stops. He doesn't follow all the way through the kick.
I believe we saw Finn Kelly on the first PAT, so perhaps, again, just a chance to maybe scout some things out ahead of the postseason as the ball falls off the tee.
Again.
And how about the BR Trojans? We mentioned their issues with time of possession in that first half, opening things up with a 2-minute drive.
Yeah.
Really
That's
moving
awesome.
the ball down the field. Obviously, a 15-yard face mask penalty will help out, and 49-yard touchdown run by Owen King to cap off the drive. That one picked up off the turf. And some pretty good field position here for the Colonials.
You got to give your hats off to the Colonials on special teams. There was no BR Trojan. They had them all bunched up right around their own 35, 34-yard line. And the return man, he just put on his jets to get them where they are right now to the 31. No one was getting downfield to that kickoff returner.
So here comes Ethan Lepore. And we've seen Lepore take off for some decent runs, also complete a few passes as well. Lepore 6 of 8 with 74 passing yards unofficially. Montague going to run out to the near side for this opening play. And Lepore will keep it, trying to charge through, but eventually wrapped down by Sylvia. After some pushing and shoving.
One of the big reasons why they're able to pull this off is Jet Ellis, number 58, the center. He is on his way to Bentley College.
36-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And I'll tell you, he's one of the main reasons between the guards. He's educating those other guards left to right. He is just a leader on that offensive line for the Colonials. And congratulations to him on his way to Bentley.
Great school up there in Waltham. We've done a few games for them, especially on the football side.
And there he is right there, the big senior.
Playing in the NE10 next year.
Let's see what type of adjustments Bear. So, John, they're going back to the 5-2 look, but see how the ends there are a foot off, they're like 2 yards off, so they can read quicker on the outside. And there's an example of it. Oh, that's Lepore right there, though.
Trojans won't bite on the fake, and Lepore will dive, or slide down, rather, just across the first down marker. So a 6-yard pickup for the senior quarterback will move the chains with 8:42 to go.
But did you see how he got boxed in initially by the ends, and he had to use his God-given ability to get away from the BR defensive ends? So that's a nice adjustment by the Trojans, looking at it that way.
3rd down, 3rd and 1.
They're playing their very quick defensive ends 2 yards off the line of scrimmage, and it looks like they're soft stepping right to left or left to right, depending on what side you're on, at least a foot, enough to read as the play comes at you.
So Lepore slid down too early before the first down marker. So it's going to be 3rd and inches. We saw Shrewsbury get into the end zone with about that distance to go. Lepore, and I think that's a false start on Tonelli on the far side.
Sure is.
To see that head bounce up.
They were trying to give it to the big sophomore, number 41. You've been calling his name a lot all night. He is a really big boy and heck of a football player, heck of a tailback for this Colonial offense.
Deshaun Jenkins will come out. CJ Lopes in, number 11. That seems to be the one spot on the defensive line that's really been interchangeable, number 11 and number 72.
That's their dime look. So you put in a lot more quicker athletes, and that's how you get the dime. And now they're going back to the 4-3 look defensively.
Montague in the backfield on a 3rd and 6 as we go inside of 7.5 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Shrewsbury looking to keep up with the BR Trojans. To the far side, 1st down, and then some into BR territory. Nice run by Lepore to the 49.
Nice read by Lepore, too. Once he probably saw, well, I know he saw the 4-3 look from BR, saw the wide end of the field, made that adjustment, just used his God-given ability. We've been seeing it all night by that kid.
It's literally been all Ethan Lepore here. 3 carries for 24 yards.
Now they're going to go back to the nickel. They're going to go to the 5-2. They brought in Dawson Jenkins again, the big nose guard. And they'll go back to the 2 quick linebackers for the Trojans.
This drive already over 3 minutes. About to hit 6.5 to go now.
Yep, they're back to the 5-2 look defensively.
Kenny, the motion man. They give the ball to Montague, met at about the line of scrimmage.
You gotta love the big guy, Dashawn Jenkins. He initially slowed that down. He was getting double teamed, and I want to say, John, I want to make sure I get that number right. The far defensive end away from us on BR. Is that 57?
We have said Cody Baker's name a lot, so very well could be there helping out on the charge.
Absolutely.
Shrewsbury up to the 49.
And they're going to stay in the nickel. They're going to stay in this 5-2 look. Defensive ends will play 2 yards off the line of scrimmage. They'll probably go another half step to the left or right and see what they throw at them. Going right for the pass. Uh-oh.
Lepore going deep and caught inside the red zone to Ryan Ketty.
Yeah, unfortunately, number 20 for the cornerback for BR, it was Caden Bernard, the sophomore. He just got, it was a foot race. It was a good old-fashioned foot race. You against me, which you'd probably beat me now, but, you know, it was just one of those good old-fashioned foot races. Johnny just ran under the football.
Have about a 50-year difference.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, up your nose.
37-yard pickup for Lepore to Ryan Ketty. Captain to captain, and just like that, the complexion of this game has changed as we approach 5 minutes to go. Ball at the 12. Gauthier on the near side. Ketty, the motion man, handoff to Montague, who will fall into about 3 defenders, but will pick up a couple yards doing so.
That is the shortest run we've seen Montague run the whole night. We've seen him in the first half. I believe, just watching him, I mean, the shortest run he ever had was, I think, 3 yards, something like that.
So unofficially 10 carries for 39 yards for J.J. Montague.
And they're going to keep him back there again. They're going to use him as a diversion. They're probably going to throw the ball. Unless they do another end around.
Some late movement in the backfield. Handoff to Montague and going off tackle. Going to bring up a 3rd and about 2.
Yep, right up that left tackle. I could have sworn I thought they'd try to use him for a diversion, but
3rd and 3.
The defensive ends for BR stepping up. He could have easily scored, but the adjustment they made in that, from the first half is really paying off. They're going to stay in that nickel, a 5-2 front, five-man front.
Here we go, BR, 3rd down.
Again, Montague in the back, John. Let's see if they throw it now. See if I guess right.
We have seen Ketty make a big difference on this drive. 3rd and short. Handoff Montague, and Montague charging ahead for the score.
Powers through, touchdown, Colonials.
Quick 5-yard run. Again, they've only answered him once as far as slowing him down. The kid is a player. They did it for Agagello, right? We saw number 5. We saw them spy him. They got to put a guy on him. They have to watch him. He's a legit player.
A 5-yard carry for J.J. Montague, his 4th carry of the drive. And coming on for the PAT is Andrew Stum, blocked. And that is a big block because now we're tied at 13 apiece here at the regional.
Puts the score at 13.
Mason Payton with a block.
Colonials 13, Trojans.
But a drive that takes off just more than 6.5 minutes.
But yeah, it looked like, John, they got 6 guys up front. I thought they were setting up for a possible onside. Smart play by BR. The only thing I don't like is when they do the special teams. See the middle of that field? how it's wide open. You could set that up with a gunner, and you could have a gunner hypothetically run right under the ball. And kick it away.
Strong kick, end over end. And coming back from around the 10-yard line.
Oh, he got
getting tripped up is number 5, Mason Payton.
Number 14, John, it looks like Jake Record, number 14, the junior, looked like he tripped him up because he was getting up some speed in the middle of the field, boy. He was starting to get his second win there, second gear, if you will.
Jack Lambert back out. We saw him come to the sidelines after getting hit in the backfield, but Owen King stepped in and ran the ball 49 yards to the house.
Only 49 yards.
Oh, QB scamper.
Yeah, that was a heck of a scamper by that kid.
Lambert drops back and pressured, and how about that reception? Pulled in by number 88, Finn Kelly.
How about Finn? He lost composure for a second, had enough sense about him to re-grab the ball and finish the play. Good for him.
BR trying to play with tempo now. A 2nd and 2. Hand off to Tripp to the near side. Gets an opening. Tripp tripped up and pulled down just across the 45 into the legs of his teammate, Dylan Reed, but that'll get another first down for BR.
Caleb Gomes, John, from the far side of the field, comes across to make that back pursuit tackle for the Colonials. You can see him here. Now they're going 4-3 look. The Colonials are.
Lambert rolls to his right, throws on the run, and
nice.
Pulled in by Tripp, who runs out of bounds at the 48.
Pass complete to number 6, Tripp. Second down, 2nd and 5.
Just like that, a rushing play and a pass play.
Yeah, a
for
little
Taylor
pass. We'll pass out in the flats. See what we do in 2nd and 5 now in Colonial territory.
Kelleher and Reed on the far side. On 2nd down, Tripp through the middle, wrapped up and pulled down in an awkward way. But everyone gets up. It looks like everyone will be all right there.
Caleb Gomes, the big linebacker again. They're going to go no huddle. They're going to blow one of these wide open. Just a matter of time.
So a 6-yard pickup for Caleb Tripp there to move the chains. I'd imagine for Shrewsbury, that's so maddening. You gave up the first down run, and then you have to sit there at the line of scrimmage as Jack Lambert gets to the last-minute changes. Here's Tripp to the far side, sidesteps a defender, and another first down run for Caleb Tripp.
That's another beyond first down.
Well, I didn't really call it, but I kind of called it. We were waiting for him to blow up that play, have that play blow up in BR's benefit, and it. I mean, a lot of credit to the big back there at BR. A lot of credit to Tripp, Caleb Tripp. He just took off.
Lambert faked the handoff to the far side, and this is Finn Kelly, who will get stopped just shy of the first down marker, depending on the forward progress.
Good old Finn. Another nice reception out in the flats. This time to away from us, if you will, closer to the Shrewsbury side of the field. That's just a
handoff Tripp, and he'll get the first down. Gets pushed out right around the 15.
Good old-fashioned tackle, John. Off tackle to the left. You got to love the momentum. Now BR is doing what they need to do. They're starting to control a lot of this clock here in this second half.
About a 57-yard drive that's only lasted about 2.5 minutes.
Wow, it seemed like it was been longer.
Lambert to his left,
wide
completes
open
to Tripp. Or rather, that's Dylan Reed who takes it to the house. 15-yard catch and run for Dylan Reed. The junior on senior night puts BR in front.
Perfectly executed by the Bridgewater Raynham Trojans. That's how you run that play.
And it looks like it'll be Jason Kelleher's turn to
kick the ball.
Try and get a PAT. We saw Finn Kelly miss.
That's how you kick it.
End over end. And into the abyss.
Yep, into the abyss. Into somebody's farmland. But whatever's back there now.
Well, I remember when we first started doing games here in 07, 08, there was a really torn down house. I mean, it was still there, obviously.
Yeah.
But, you know, there were walls missing, windows broken. It looked like a Stephen King setting, but it did get knocked down, and we have some nice trees.
So, yeah, I wonder why.
This game on November 1st, so everyone's celebrating with their Halloween candy, or if you're like myself and Jeff Fowler, we look forward to the day after the big holidays for the half-off candy.
Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. I remember the way we talked about this last kickoff. BR has, they squibbed it.
Kelleher, nice grab there by Gauthier.
Not what they wanted to do. There's no way Coach Bain and his staff wanted to squib it like that. And what I mean is he caught the ball, maybe at his 28, 29, and he took off for another 8 yards, maybe even further back than that.
So it looks like right now the wind is working with Shrewsbury. So
Absolutely.
do you expect to see Ethan Lepore maybe try a couple of passing plays? We did see a big one to number 6, Ryan Ketty, that picked up a lot of yards, 37 to be exact.
If they want to jump back into this game, that's what they got to do, and they know it.
.25 seconds left here in the third quarter. BR up by 7.
What they need is a good old-fashioned turnover right now.
Tonelli goes to the far side. Ketty the motion man, and he gets it on the motion on the sweep. And he will get pulled down by Sylvia. So a 2-yard loss.
Excellent pursuit. They read that right, and that's what you get for that. A nice two-yard loss. So now we got 12 yards to go instead of 10, and that's probably going to end this quarter.
And now we got 12 minutes left here at the regional on senior night. As I mentioned earlier, it is senior night, but it's the junior Dylan Reed putting the Trojans in front with a 15-yard reception. We have fourth quarter action here at the regional coming up here on BTV.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early. You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
Bridgewater Rainham in front by a touchdown, 20-13 as we open up the fourth quarter of play here at the regional. John Luck with Dominic Damiano. And at this juncture of the game, a lot of people thought the clock would just be running and it would be a blowout, but here we are, the Colonials really giving the Trojans a test here in the regular season finale. And that is going to be complete for the first down. Nice grab there, and sidestepping a defender is Tonelli.
Pass completed to number 1, Will Tonelli. First down, Shrewsbury.
If you're just joining us, Shrewsbury, they've had some impressive drives here. They've had a 6-minute drive. They've had a 9-minute drive that resulted in a touchdown. And they actually had a 6-minute drive in the second half that resulted in a touchdown as well.
If you could keep score for possession of the ball, it would definitely be in favor of the Shrewsbury Colonials.
I'm trying. I got the pen and paper going here.
I know.
Okay, the motion man, but Lepore going to keep it and just gets out of the fingertips of Lopes. Lepore slides down at the 45.
Smart move by that young man. That poor kid's been getting a beating.
On the carry.
He has been all over. He can't ask for a better leader.
Well, we saw Lepore at the start of the game when he tried a couple of passes. He did complete a couple early on, but after he threw it, he'd get hit. So, I mean, it wasn't a late hit or anything, but the Trojans were giving that pressure to the Shrewsbury quarterback.
Oh, yeah, let him know we are here. We are right here.
Only 2 passing plays here in the second half for Ethan Lepore. A 2nd and 5 for the Colonials with 10:20 left to go. Clock winding down. Lepore, incomplete, intended for Gauthier, but there for the pressure was number 20, Caden Barnard.
Great play by the BR secondary.
It feels weird to say this with 10:15 to go, but if you're Shrewsbury, is this 4-down territory with the ball right now at the BR 45?
Oh, yeah. For them, yes. For them, yes. They really need to do something here. And there's another look at the gentleman, number 58, Jed Elliott, going to Bentley, the probably all-conference, Merrimack all-conference all-star. On his way to Bentley College.
Montague in the backfield again on a 3rd and 5. Lepore rolls to his left, and that is going to be complete across the 40 for the first down to number 3, Diego Jacobo Ruiz.
Yep. They just did exactly what you said, John. They just dumped it over the line. That's a mature quarterback at this high school level, this Division I, Division II level, knowing where his players are. And he runs this offense like clockwork.
Almost looks like what you want your typical college quarterback to look like, being able to throw on the run, because nowadays you're talking about that extra running back in your quarterback, essentially.
Yep.
Tonelli comes over to the near side. Through the middle for very short pickup.
Nice read by the Trojans.
That's Montague.
Montague on the carry, no yards.
But the second time we've seen him run under a yard. Most of the time he's blowing stuff up for 3+ yards. Nice adjustment by the Trojans, focusing on him a little bit more. I get a feeling we're going to be hearing a lot about that young man in the North Shore.
And you said Montague's just a sophomore,
Just
right?
a sophomore, yeah.
If you're just joining us, it looks like right now the BR Trojans are locked into the 8th seed. It would take a lot of different unfortunate series of events to move anywhere else. Going to the near side across the 30 is Lepore, and he'll be about 3 yards shy or 2 yards shy, make it.
You know, it's funny when you see him run this offense. That kid's having fun. He's doing the best what he can with the guys he has on the field. And he is, I mean, again, a very athletic team, this offensive set here for Shrewsbury. And he's having fun. You know what I mean? That run, he was like waving the guy like he was going to fake, like he was going to throw the ball. Everybody knew he was running with the ball. Even we knew that up here. He's trying to get the BR defense to bite on a possible pass.
I've said it before, and I'll say it here again. With a 1-6 season, you're essentially playing with house money.
Yeah.
And you can see it here with Lepore and his play here tonight as he motions Ruiz to his left. Montague in the backfield on his right. And he gets the carry. Montague being pulled back, but looks like he'll get the first down. C.J. Lopes trying with all his might, but I think Montague might have gotten the first down, maybe shy by a couple grass blades. That is the case.
Yep, they're going to call him. That's definitely short in inches. 4th and inches, as they say.
So how about the job of C.J. Lopes just pulling him back? I thought initially it was going to be a first down by a yard or so, but Lopes giving that extra effort and that game tackling.
Up, they're bringing in another down lineman, number 50 for Shrewsbury.
Trojans are trying to get their fans behind them here on 4th and short, under 8.5 to go here in the 4th quarter.
Watch for Aiden Gardner. He is the outside. He's the tight end on the left side of the field.
We've seen Lepore score from this distance. QB sneak, and he'll get it by a half yard.
Quarterback holds on to it and up for a first down.
We used to call that just a good old-fashioned mosh blocking. You toe-to-toe, you foot-to-foot with your offensive lineman. You hit shoulders and you just go forward.
Leave your feet and hope for the best.
Yep.
First and 10 from the 25.
So now they're bringing back in the other wideout, Vinny
Gauthier.
Gauthier, thank you. We've seen him catch a couple balls so far today.
This drive now over 5 minutes, going back to the 3rd quarter. Gauthier to the far side and
delay game. Yep. I saw the back judge's arm go up, so you know you get 10 seconds.
Moving the ball back a little bit and start it again. First down, 1st and 15.
I know there's like 5 minutes left? Is that what you said? 7.
So this drive's gone about 5 minutes. There's 7:19 left to go here in the 4th quarter.
BR needs a big stop right now.
Lepore rolls to his left.
On the boot.
Looking for a man, and he finds a man knocked away.
He never controlled that ball. He never had control of that football. Oh, that's terrible. That was terrible. That's terrible. That's absolutely terrible.
That was Tonelli with the grab.
Yeah, that's terrible.
It's going to be 2nd down. Second and 3 from the 18.
So a 1st and 15 after a delay of game, and just like that, a 12-yard pass. And
that just got me upset. That really did. I'm sorry.
A great catch by Tonelli. You keep it up, you might end up on Felger and Mazda before Thanksgiving. Start yelling stuff out of the press box.
My God.
Still 2nd and 3. Hand off to Montague, bends off a tackle and pushed back. Lopes flying in for about a 2-yard loss.
I think it's safe to say they have somebody watching that young man now.
3rd down, loss of 2, 3rd and 5 from the 20-yard.
But we did see a couple plays ago that Ethan Lepore can make anything happen at the drop of a hat.
He really can. So much fun to watch.
We're inching our way to the 5.5-minute mark here in the 4th. BR has yet to see the ball on offense in this quarter.
Isn't that crazy? That's absolutely crazy. Hats off to the Shrewsbury offense.
Here, folks.
Oh, the corner's coming.
Yep, the corner's coming. Pulled down. Initially, the pressure by Mason Payton and about 2 or 3 other teammates coming in, including Christian Creed.
Can we call it or can we call it? Just before he snapped the ball, we called it. We said he was coming. That's big. Now this is one of the bigger plays here.
So after a 12-yard passing play, 2 straight running plays, both of them for negative yardage. Now a 4th and 9 after what was a 2nd and 2.
Could be looking at another bootleg here, John. From Laporte, another bootleg. Haven't run that in a while. Or they might go off tackle with him. With the big sophomore running back.
And a timeout by the Colonials with 4:26 to go. And Shrewsbury down by 7.
Let's think about their offense so far with 3.5 quarters already gone. They run the boot very well, right? And he can throw the ball, we know that. The big sophomore running back, we know we've seen him maybe 3 carries under 3 yards. Otherwise, he's averaging about 3 yards a carry. And we know that Laporte, he can run if you give him the wide side of the field. Those are the only, and then if they try to trap the middle.
Give credit to John Aloisi, the head coach for Shrewsbury. He brought his team to play.
Did.
And what many had as a basically a homecoming game here, a 1-6 team coming in on senior night. Everyone thought it was going to be good feelings here in the 4th quarter, but the BR Trojans having their feet held to the fire here with 4:26 to go in the 4th quarter. And the Trojans up by 7.
And hats off to John. He's in his 10th year over there at Shrewsbury. A decade of Shrewsbury football for that coach.
Trojans faithful rising up one more time.
Laporte
screen, back, incomplete. The pressure by C.J. Lopes.
We talked about that. The screen, they like to run that screen. This time was read nicely.
So a turnover on downs, 20-13. Shrewsbury still has 2 timeouts left. But if you're Ian Bain or anyone wearing red tonight, you can breathe a little easier with 4:22 to go in the 4th.
I mean, I would like to see a quick score, but I would also like to see him, use more time on the clock. This offensive doesn't mess around. They're going to score. They're going to score, like, within their first 5 plays, it seems like.
I believe last week Corey said something about clock management, and then Jack Lambert went off for a 69-yard passing play to Dylan Reed. Kelly, the motion man. Hand off to Tripp, and Caleb Tripp will pick up about half the yardage needed. That'll take us inside of 4 minutes to go.
And there are 2 Colonial guys picking him up.
6 yards. It'll be 3rd and 4 from the 30.
I mean, Tripp, again, I know I haven't really been mentioning him. I've been really impressed with the sophomore from the Colonials, but, I mean, hats off to Tripp. He has really been a workhorse in the backfield for the Bridgewater Raynham Trojans.
Just over 100 yards rushing now, 102 yards rushing for Caleb Tripp. Kelleher on the near side. He'll stick with the ground.
Nice.
Caleb Tripp ripping through across the 40 to the 43. So a 13-yard gain for the senior running back.
That's how you run it off tackle. Perfect like that.
On the 43-yard line.
So now officially up to 115 yards rushing, and that's after last week's game when Tripp had 138 yards. Going inside at 3 minutes to go. Laporte matched up with Caden Blake on the near side. But they'll stick with Tripp, rolling off a couple of defenders and eventually taken down for a short gain, but more than anything else, eats up clock and eats up short yardage.
He should have been taken down 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. He rolled off one tackle, hit another kid, rolled off him, and he still got a yard. That kid's a workhorse. And the only reason why that happened is because someone missed an assignment one of those 6 individuals accidentally missed an assignment. Well, they did put Lopes in there for a tight end, I think.
2 minutes straight up to go. 2nd and 9. Shrewsbury still with 2 timeouts, but Colonials perhaps reading the proverbial tarot cards. As Tripp goes on tackle. Caleb Tripp back inside and pulled down shy of the 20.
It was just a matter of time, John. We talked about this. He had some big 6-yard runs. He had some strong 7-yard runs, and he blows that wide open. They must be listening to our telecast from the sidelines.
So Caleb Tripp has matched his yardage from last week, 138 rushing yards both last week and this week.
Plus or minus 5.
It's like a political survey.
Yeah. Well, just to let you know, he's not done running.
Oh, about a minute to go.
You know, what's this? I bet he runs it again. So like you said, they're doing what Shrewsbury, the clock management.
Also, the power ratings could come into play here, as Tripp will bounce off a couple defenders shy of the 10.
There's another 9.
Don't forget
the 10.
Don't forget the power ratings. The most you can win by to change the ratings is 14. So with 20 to 13, you could try and get another touchdown here and give yourself some cushion.
Yep. No reason to run another play. Tripp can take a break. I know you have him down for 138. He just ran another 10 that gets him close to a $150, $152.
So that'll do it. The BR Trojans, after losing their first 3 games of the season, are on a 5-game winning streak. And for the Trojans, next stop, the postseason and the chase for the championship. And Ian Bain's first season, his team's on a 5-game winning streak, getting set for whatever the postseason may bring.
And if I can, 4 Deep Sports Talk, we did a great interview with Coach Bain prior to the season. And you learn a lot about a guy. This guy has his ducks in a row. He knows what he wants to do, and he's proving it right now because we just, like you just said, 5-3 now from 0-3. That's real impressive.
The BR Trojans here on senior night, a night where emotions running wild for a number of seniors playing their last regular season game here on the turf. May have just punched their ticket to play one more game here at the regional in the playoffs. I want to thank Jeff Fowler for hanging out up top on the press box on a pretty warm night, now probably chilly. Also want to thank Dominic Damiano for providing some analysis here tonight. I'm John Luck saying good night one more time here from the regional. Your final score, BR wins 20-13.